This episode of the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast is brought to you by the Podcast Reach System. Are you ready to exponentially reach more profitable customers? Launching and hosting your own show is your proven best solution for networking, client attraction, and establishing your celebrity expert brand. Visit www.podcastreachsystem.com and claim your rightful place as the leading star of your industry so you make a difference for your community, market, and audience. Welcome to the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast. Join us as we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who reveal what they are doing to make the world a better place by being part of it. Be sure to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, lean in, tune in, get your notepad and 2 pens ready, and let's get started.
My name is Adam Homey. I am your host, and I am honored by your wise decision to tune in and invest in yourself today. The Brilliance Plus Passion Project is my opportunity to introduce you to people who are making a difference by their contributions to the world and being part of it. And today, I'm very excited to have you meet somebody who I've actually encountered along my travels right here in the Las Vegas community. His name is Jordon Lee. He and I were sitting together in a cigar shop the other day, and we thought it'd be a great idea to share some things he's doing in the solar energy realm, and also perhaps a little bit of something that he's working on for the Las Vegas retail community. So Jordon Lee has been in sales for 20 plus years. He's a top performing solar sales rep for Sunrun, and he's currently expanding his own solar company that works with Sunrun in a more independent model. So he is looking to share with us more information about how Las Vegas residents can access energy when we have an energy monopoly company like every metropolitan area does. Ours is NV Energy, and how this can affect homeowners living here. And then there's a little something else he wants to share, which we'll also work in as well. Jordon Lee, it's great to have you here. Awesome to have this conversation.
Thanks, Adam. How you doing?
All right. So we go through a series of questions here. There's 10 of them, and we'll have some fun with this. So the first is, in general, how does the work you do make the world a better place for your clients, customers, and the world at large?
Oh, and solar, it's awesome. So everybody gets to win on it. Environmentally, that's the whole push. Why it was invented kind of thing is just a better mousetrap. How to power your home. We need power. You have to have electricity.
Yep.
And burning fossil fuels is, it's non-renewable. So then you just have to keep on digging stuff and how else? And then water, a lot of people don't know how much water it takes to run a power plant, but it's a ton, right? And so what's really great about the solar industry is that you just, we've been trying for thousands of years to harness the power of the sun. And we finally can. These panels last, the new ones last about 30, 35 years of power. And just think of how many, billions of, globally of, pounds of whatever of fossil fuels that we're saving from not burning those up. So it's just a great, better way to do it. And as far as, the benefits besides that is it's just much cheaper. So it's extremely cheap in the comparison. Most people, if they don't do anything in our market, they would end up owning a power system of their own in about 6 to 7 years. That's basically their ROI point. If they paid cash for the equipment, they're going to hit that in 6 to 7 years anyways. And that's enough, like I said, about 30, 35 years of power to go on. So it's a great benefit for everybody. And how we structure things, it allows people to do monthly installments, whether they want to purchase it or whether we want to own the equipment and just charge them a much, much smaller rate than what they're currently paying. They love it. Obviously, it's just you got to pay for power. Like I said, you have to turn the lights on. And so the solar model is just a home run for everybody.
Right. Right. So basically, you've already kind of told us what you do, which is the second question. So I'd like to use that space instead to try something out on you. I've been a Las Vegas resident for about 9.5 years. I've been up on that big Ferris wheel. I've been up on Mount Charleston. I've looked down
Hmm.
on the city. And I just have one question for you. And I want to get the answer from an expert, not just somebody who has hyperbole. Why is it that when I look down on the Las Vegas Valley, I don't see a sea of solar panels? Instead, I see all these ugly neo something thatched roofs that are really doing very little for us, candidly. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, believe me. People who know me know my story. I don't know a thing about math, but just by the numbers, I'd be thinking that if we had solar panels on every roof, Las Vegas could probably export and sell enough power to cover at least a few of our neighboring states. So I
You're
want to get your
absolutely right.
thoughts on that statement. So why
Yeah.
can't we have that?
Well, we totally can. So the problem is, Adam, is that it's a new thing, and people are skeptical about change and trying something new. Um, there are a lot of companies, a lot of startup companies, and they go out of business, and there's problems. So finding the right provider, that makes you feel good about things that they're going to be around. I have a lot of people that have headhunted me to go work for them, right? But I choose to go with the big pony in the industry because I just know they're going to be around for the customers. So in the right model, it's going to work out that they're going to be taking care of this entire time. But really, the big thing about it, Adam, is that a lot of people just are skeptical to even be open minded to sit down and have that conversation and kind of run the numbers. But I'll tell you what happens. My number one objection is, why doesn't everybody do this? At the end of me presenting their savings and their numbers and how that all works out for their bottom line, their pockets, growing bigger than it was before, they say, "Well, it sounds too good to be true," and it just happens to be a time of history that if you own your roof, you can produce power. And we live in the second largest sun-hour state in the whole United States.
Yeah.
First is Honolulu, Hawaii, and then it's actually us versus over Arizona and California, New Mexico. It's actually Las Vegas. So there is a solar farm. If you've gone outside of the state, you'll
Yep.
start to see the solar farms with NV Energy, and they're trying. So what's happening is in 2016, we all as Nevada residents voted that NV Energy would be 50% renewable by 2030. So they have
Yeah.
this huge metric to hit. They're not even 20% renewable at this moment,
Not
and
even 20, not even
not even
20%.
20%.
And we're halfway in that 14-year window.
Yeah, absolutely. We have about 7 years. So
Yeah.
the what they're doing to homeowners is you do pay a different rate as a homeowner versus an apartment or townhome, right? And so those rates, they're squeezing homeowners to participate in this program. It's a buyback program. It's actually really great that their NV Energy is doing, where you produce more power throughout the year, because in Vegas, really 8 months out of the year, you're pretty low as your usage. It's just those summer spikes. And so but it's always sunny, right? So you're hardly using any, but it's always sunny. You're always producing energy. They put that back into the city's grid. They get to write that as their renewable energy, right? And then it's just a win for them. So they're going to continuously raise these prices. I mean, listen, Adam, they've gone up 40% in just 1 year, 40, and they've
Yeah.
gone up about 300% since a lot of people don't know, it's Warren Buffett's company. Berkshire Hathaway owns NV Energy. So they've gone up
Yeah.
over 300% since 2013 when they purchased
Yeah.
them.
My rates
And
have gone up a lot in the past 2 years.
just
And I, and,
it's
I, and, I, and I live in an apartment. It shouldn't be that bad.
well, and that your apartment will start using solar energy, because that's what it's going to be building around it. That's There's not enough desert to handle all the homes, but they use that for casinos and businesses and multiple dwelling units. But it's very expensive, Adam. It's about $100,000 every few square feet to go in the desert and get power, built and ran through the
Uh-huh.
city, excavating and all that stuff that goes into that. So it's just a better way, and it's kind of writing on the wall is they're going to squeeze homeowners to participate in the program, and the cost of everything goes up. So I'm kind of urging people, hey, look at your numbers now, because why not? Every single day, every single
Yep.
month, and you're paying for electricity. You might as well pay a lot less and help the
All right.
world.
Absolutely. All right.
You
So let's
know,
move. Yeah, absolutely. So let's move along here in the interest of time. The next question is real quickly. What are a few of the questions, like the FAQs you get, the frequently asked questions from people who are interested in this?
well, the big one is, what do I do if I move? What if the new
Yeah.
person doesn't want it, right? That's the biggest one. And what's great is that when you purchase uh, solar panels, it actually adds equity to your home. And in a way that's even better than adding a pool or redoing your
Hmm.
kitchen, because that's all opinion based. I've gone to a home where the guy was disabled. He bought a home with the pool. He's never used it once, right? But he's always going to flip that light switch on. So that's equity into the home. And then here's what's great: the government right now gives you 30% off your entire project. So you'll actually put more equity into your home than the entire thing's worth. And then the new homeowner can actually, let's say you got a buyer who's wanting to buy your home, they can actually just buy your home for more, pay off the system, and walk into free power. So, there's solutions for everything. And
Yeah.
of course, they're going to want to pay less or nothing for power. So that's a big one that I get. The other thing is just, a lot of people's question is just, it just sounds too good to be true. I don't know. There is a little bit of fear with the change. That's just how humans are. We're a little hesitant, right, to doing something different.
I hear you. I hear you. What are a couple questions you wish people would ask?
I guess I wish people would just ask, why doesn't everybody go, is one people do ask. But one thing I guess I'd wish they'd ask is, what is the benefit of me continuously paying for these high power rates to Warren Buffett's company? What is my advantage to staying put, right?
Yeah.
And actually explore what they're doing, which is hard because you've been doing it for so long, right?
Uh-huh.
So I wish they would, put themselves in that kind of mind frame to really deeply think about what they're doing today, and why they like that versus what they could do different.
Exactly, exactly. So now, in the last few minutes here, we're going to shift gears a little bit and have a bit of fun with this.
Okay.
So, this is where we get to know a little bit about Jordan as an individual. First question is, what would people who know you be surprised to learn about you? Like, for example, me, people would be surprised to know I like cats.
um, well, I have two twin boys. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Lennon and Logan. I named one of them off John Lennon. I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yep.
I'm a musician. I've been playing, writing, recording music most of my life, and I have a lot of musician friends, and I've been pursuing that dream of mine my entire life. And then one thing that people might not know about me now is that how things worked out. I couldn't have asked for a better script, and
Yeah.
you never really can see the finish line. But I'm very blessed, and I get to do my art as just purely art, and I don't have any things that I'm put inside a box. My friends complain to me all the time. Hey, dude, they want this. They brought this producer in. They have this musician coming in to help write,
Mhm.
and things kind of just the passion kind of gets stripped away for the business side of things. So, um,
Exactly.
I'm a military brat. I've moved around my entire life, so but one thing, I love Las Vegas. Man, I've
Hmm.
been everywhere, and there's just no beating Vegas. You really don't understand till you come. You try to leave, right? And then you realize, oh, Vegas has it all. It's got all the
It
food.
does.
It's
It
got great
does.
weather. 8
Yeah.
months out of the year, it's amazing. So,
Uh-huh.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. What do you hope people say about you when you're not around to hear it?
Uh, well, it depends on the audience. I've got some deep friends who know quite a bit about me. I've got family and whatnot that I try to give my best impression to. So, people probably say I'm a pretty funny guy. I'm always trying to pull pranks and make jokes, and I'm one of those people that I like to make jokes about people and help people make jokes about me right in my face, and let's laugh about it and call each other out. And that's a lot of fun for me.
Awesome, awesome. If you could go back in time and change one thing you've done, one thing you've experienced, one thing that's happened, what would it be and why?
You mean, I think one thing is just don't sweat the small stuff. Um,
Mhm.
we get hung up on things. We get emotionally attached to this didn't go right, or I was trying to do this, and you're so focused. John Lennon, I named my kid after him. Life
Yeah,
is what happens when you're busy making other plans, and it's the most true statement ever. You're just
yeah,
you know the goal is not always the destination. That journey is your life. That's the life is the chapters in your chapter book, not the end chapter, right?
exactly, exactly. So, what famous person, alive or dead, and I have a funny feeling I already know the answer to this one, would you like
Really.
to meet? And what questions would you have for them if you had the opportunity?
I saw, yeah. I was thinking about this one because you actually did send this one over. You know what? I am the biggest Chris Farley fan. When
Okay.
I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a comedian. I would wear crazy stuff to school. We would do pranks. It was that time of Jackass when I was growing up
Uh
in
huh.
school. So we would do really stupid things. And Chris Farley was, the greatest to do it. And I don't know exactly what I'd ask him, but I would definitely love to just grab a beer with this guy and have him make me laugh, just like everybody else would love him too.
How do I avoid ending up living in a van down by the river? Would be my number one question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what motivates and inspires you to keep going when you're having a tough time or facing a challenge?
My family, they're my rock. So it's
Mhm.
it's what's great about having family is just that. Yeah, you are pressured. You can do wrong, but at the same time, they just love you for trying. So, it makes things easy, and it makes you always motivated. When I was a single guy, I kind of had my own selfish desires and whatnot, especially with the music, and I had all this thing and how it was going to all go down. But now it's just the no matter what happens, I get to come home and see my family at night. So, you know, blessed that way.
Exactly. Exactly. So, in a moment, I'm going to share the link to your website so that people can check out more about what you're doing with solar energy. But in general, as soon as people finish listening to this, which is going to be in about a minute or so, what is one thing you would urge them to do?
Listen, go ahead, go put your information in online. Let me take a look with you, okay? All
Mhm.
I'm going to do, you'll never move if I don't save you a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
And so give me the opportunity to kind of show you the new way to do it. And the writing's on the wall. I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like if you move forward, and if you don't move forward, what your future is going to look like living in Las Vegas. One thing about Vegas, well, two things about Vegas. It's hot as hell
Yep.
this summer. And to cool down that home of yours, it's going to take a lot of power. So how much are you
Oh
willing to
yeah.
spend to keep cool? And if you want to be a prisoner in your own home and run it at 85 degrees, a lot of people do, and I feel really bad for them, and then people can't pay these bills, and so I just want to help. Allow me just to take a look with you, no pressure. I'm just here to help, and here's the thing: in a few months, I'm the good guy. You're gonna love me. You're gonna recommend me to all your friends and neighbors, and you
Yeah.
know, people love when I give them a call.
Yep. See, on a personal note, this is why I moved last year from one apartment to another's. I've lived in this place for several years, and they could never get it right as far as the damn swimming pools being open when it was hot. There is
Yeah,
nothing like sitting out on my balcony at night on a hot Las Vegas summer night, still about 110 degrees, still got a little bit of that feeling of the oven. You go down to the swimming pool, you hang out in there just right till you get to that part where you start to feel the chills after you've been in the water for maybe 20 minutes or so. You get out, you come back up. You don't dry off because the evaporation effect is part of
right.
it too. You go sit out there, you fire up a cigar, and you actually feel cool.
Yeah, yeah. I love the desert nights. They drop
Mhm.
on a dime.
Yeah.
Right now today was like 80 something, but you go outside right now and it's freezing. So
I
you know,
know, I know. It's like we got to get past this. I'm tired of having to bundle up at night. This is bullshit. All
won't
right,
be
so here,
saying that soon.
yeah. So here for everybody. is the website. And it's funny. I mean, I saw your notes before we started the interview, and I didn't quite capture the significance of the domain. It's fireenvyenergy.com.
Right.
That's fireenvyenergy.com, which basically means fire envy energy. So this is where you go. You can go to that website. You can connect with Jordon directly by requesting a quote, and you can learn all about how solar works in Las Vegas. Some of the opportunities are there, and you can get answers to your frequently asked questions, and even some of those questions you haven't thought to ask yet, some of the should have asked questions. So again, that's fireenvyenergy.com. And with that, Jordon Lee, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been an honor, and believe me, in education.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Adam.
Thank you for tuning into the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast, where we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who are making a difference for their community, market, and audience. Remember to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast.